Hey there, beer nerds, it's Ryan from Beer by the Numbers, and today I'm doing another cool tag video. Today it's 3 things about me, but it's, three or four different categories. I got tagged by the Drunken One, everyone's favorite tipsy gardener / homebrew maker. He's the best. And then I also got tagged a couple weeks back, but I just kind of found it out by a guy who goes by the name of BeerTube. His channel is really awesome. So, you know how I kind of do really left brain stuff and a very kind of analytical approach to talking about beer? Well, he's the exact opposite. So he does some really cool, integrating beer in kind of a really artsy and video-tastic way that's just really, really cool. And I'll put a link to his channel below, but you should definitely go check that out if you get the chance. Also, how do you like the new space? I'm in a new place now. It's really cool. We got my fiance has started us an excellent coaster collection from all the different breweries we go to, so you can see it on the wall behind me here. So, without any further ado, let's get into these questions here. I got some notes on my screen, so bear with me. But name 3 YouTubers that have inspired me. I think one of the biggest inspirations I've ever had was from a channel called The Game Theorists. And if you're a nerd like me, or just like video games, you've probably seen their stuff all over YouTube. Just great, informative content about video games with a really nerdy flair. And they really apply a lot of passion and in-depth analysis into such a wide-ranging subject. And you can see a little bit of that influence here on this channel, but just with beer instead of video games. Another big YouTuber who's inspired me is Darwin over at Darwin's Beer Reviews. He's a great taster and reviewer, but beyond that, he knows a ton about the industry itself, which is always something that really fascinates me personally. So, really great, high-quality content every time over there. And then finally, I hate to do just three bigger guys all in a row, but Vsauce, really popular channel on YouTube, really big guy, Michael and the whole crew over there. They have a really unique style, and then just on top of that, a really unique way of looking at the world that kind of inspires me to take a different look at this world's most popular alcoholic beverage and try to spin it and think about it in all sorts of different ways. So it's really cool. The next set of 3s is name 3 things that you're good at. One thing I'm really good at is tailgating during a football season. Some people just kind of show up with a truck and some beer and it's all, that's fine. You can have a good time. But it's way better if you have a 3-course menu and a bunch of different fancy beverages we call out there and 4 different yard games, and it's a whole event, and we are so organized at it, and it's really quite easy. I have a tailgate kit and section of storage that makes it really easy to get on over there and get some beers in my face. Another thing I'm good at, my day job, I crunch numbers. It's not too exciting. Maybe I should do a channel called Numbers by the Numbers. Nah, you guys wouldn't like it. Finally, I'm actually good at drinking beer. Beer is good. All right, next set of 3s. Name 3 things I'm excited about. Number 1, I hit 500 subscribers a couple weeks back, so that was really, really cool. I'm really happy. Thank you all so much for all the support. It's been so great to do this over the course of a year and a half, and I love you peeps. Thanks so much. Number 2, I'm really good at football tailgating, so I'm really excited for football season just around the corner. As I get older, I'm actually becoming more of a college football guy, whereas I used to be all about kind of the pro season and my Green Bay Packers. But as I get older, keep going to those college tailgates. Really love it. Third thing I'm excited about is actually getting married in the future. So Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love my fiance, and she loves me and enjoys beer. Probably almost as much, maybe a little more. I don't know. We'll find out. Name 3 things that I do to relax. One thing, I really love walking, hiking in particular. It's just something I find very relaxing. Get outside, fresh air, see some new scenery, take in some nature. Really good stuff. Other thing I do to relax is actually make beer videos, which usually involves drinking some beer. So maybe that has something to do with it. And then finally, I don't do this as much anymore, as much as I used to. This used to be my primary, but playing some good video games now and again is always a good time. So as is tradition from the ancient YouTube ones, I have to tag 3 people at the end of this video. First, guys I'm going to tag are the 2 guys over at Hopsin Bros. They're a couple of Canadian guys who do some other kind of informative content about beer. They're really more into like the style side, what makes a certain kind of beer unique and different, how did it come into being, that sort of stuff. So they have a lot of great stuff, and they do beer reviews too. Second guy I'm tagging, you really should go check this channel out if you haven't seen it before. It's called A Beer and Review. This guy does reviews, but he is super underrated at the time of recording. He has just 15 subscribers, but his editing and review quality are so good that I'm almost a little sad every time I pop over there, and I'm like, oh, I can only watch your videos so much myself, you know. So yeah, go check that out. And finally, this is actually a guy, Drunken One tagged to do this next, but I'm going to tag him too, because I think he's got a really unique style, review style, and then does some really cool live streams, and that is Lance the Lush. He's a really cool guy, and I've really liked his the work that he's been putting out so far, because I think he's still kind of relatively new, and he's also just kind of getting into the homebrew scene like me, so it's kind of nice to have another kind of newer guy at homebrewing around the BrewTube scene. So there you go. That's all my 3s for today. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week, and cheers.